Hello there, my name is Det. And because I'm so popular, people like to give me rude nicknames. Like deficit or liability or arrears or bill or capital or commitment or credit or damage or deficit or due or indebtedness or liability or mortgage or obligation or price tag. That's just to name a few. Ugh, just use my real name, please. Or use my formal name of debt as being something, typically money, that is owed or due. Anyway, enough about me. What's your name? Oh wait, I know you.
I've always known you.
And over the course of your life, I'll get to know you even better, especially if you choose to pursue a post-secondary education. Yup, kids, if you haven't already, just get ready to be swimming in student loans. And who doesn't love that? By then, we'll be best friends. But I can't promise you it won't be a toxic relationship. Some of my exes say I induced guilt, stress, and pain. Oh, and of course, that I may have just slightly
Ruin their lives completely.
But Dad, how could you possibly have ruined people's lives by student loan? I mean, from what I've heard, it's just a normal part of life.
normal. Yes, I have recently become normal within society, but that does not mean that I'm a good type of normal, at least according to other people. And because I'm such a recent phenomenon for students, there isn't much information on the long-term impacts of moi. So today, I, Det of Detland, will be talking to you about the positive effects of student loan debt and how you can be sure to never miss out on them. So let us begin. Story time! Yay! Once upon a time, in a land really close by, there lived a young man named Ted who had graduated from high school and was merrily off towards a fancy private and expensive university.
Little did he know, he would be making the
Best choice in his life in order to meet me! Yay! So, with only a small sum of money his parents had saved for him and not a penny of his own, he set on his way to university when, suddenly, he encountered a sign for scholarships.
I don't have the best grades, especially compared to my classmates, so I know I won't get any scholarships even if I applied. There's just no point, so I'm not gonna bother.
What poor Ted did not realize was that millions of dollars go unclaimed because people don't apply for scholarships, and 86% of scholarships in the Scholarships Canada database do not require marks at all. So, on his way to university, Ted was also met by a fellow traveler. So, do you have a part-time job?
Nah, I already tried to years ago and was rejected. I'll just get one after university.
When Ted got to university, he decided to buy brand new textbooks, which cost him about half the times more it would to rent or buy used ones. He didn't even try to sell them back to the bookstore. Ted also went to many parties and ate out with his friends at least once a week. But how did he pay for that? Why, he got a credit card! Yay! So, by the time Ted got his degree, he was my best bud, not only through thousands of dollars in student loans, but also in credit card debt. Decades later, we still remain besties. Unfortunately for Ted, he had to take on a lower-paying, lower-skills job in order to start paying the loans right away, which meant he missed out on the benefits of the degree which put him in debt in the first place. At the age of 30, Ted is still living with his parents because he can't afford a house, and his credit score is too low for him to be able to get more loans. Ted also can barely sleep at night and suffers from high anxiety and stress. Of course, I'm not saying that there weren't other factors at play here. Tuition is expensive, and unless you're part of a wealthy 1% from birth, it's likely we will still come face to face sometime throughout your life. But if you don't want to end up like Ted, just know that there are other ways to minimize our encounters. Because as much as I love meeting people, my visits are just becoming so frequent these days, and I too get frustrated and tired. So just use that human brain of yours and don't be dumb or stubborn. Because I may look sweet up close, but inside I'm just as
Ugly as the rest of you.
yay! So humans.
Come to me if you dare.
But I can't promise you won't leave unscathed.
That, my friends, was an episode of DET Talks, Student Loans. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button if you want to see similar content. Whoops. So, long live smart decisions. Because, gotta make them smart decisions. Yeah.
Hello, this is the same person who made that, but on the present day, Saturday, August 23rd, 2025, probably I don't know, 10 years later? 9? I don't know, I've definitely made it in grade school, and I just want to say that, my perspective has grown to be more nuanced, since I made this video. So yes, it's a satire, but it's also a bit unfair that I'm critical of people not applying for scholarships, because in and of itself, it is a privilege to be able to have the extra time and energy to apply for scholarships. And I know how taxing that can be when there's so many other priorities to maintain a good quality of life. So I still wanted to post it because I thought it was a cool video, but I just want people to know that my perspective on debt is a lot more nuanced, and I'm very anti-capitalist now compared to the kind of more satirical, oh, debt is this funny thing.
It actually, is more just used as a tool of control, especially against marginalized and poor people. So, yeah, my perspective has changed over the years. I just wanted to include this as a reflective part of the video to show that maybe what I thought was really satirical when I was younger was not actually as critical as it could have been if I made something like this today. And I've learned a lot through activism and sociology and from my peers and just in general, about how it's a systemic tool of oppression rather than just a personal failing of, you money management or not applying for scholarships and getting into student loan debt. So yeah, just take this with a grain of salt that I like the style and kind of the effort I put into this video, but also it's not reflective of my views, even in a satirical way, because it's not satirical enough of that it should be.
Also, one last thing I wanted to add is debt and money is a social construct, and that is another thing that I've learned. And it's not something that is actually real. It's just something that is constructed as a tool to control populations and stuff. Debt could all be forgiven, or billionaires could give all their money to UBI, universal basic income, but instead that doesn't happen because people are stupid, and we could solve that if we just all put our time and energy towards that. So yeah, I just wanted to add this. Thank you. Like and subscribe. I don't know. Do as you wish. Follow your dreams. Goodbye.